Welcome to Firearm Fury. The time has come for the scope giveaway. We will take a look at these scopes individually and then I'll kind of compare them to each other. Now I will have a more in-depth review of all of these scopes in the weeks to come. First off, we've got the Monstrum Tactical scope. Now this scope I think I paid about 80 bucks for just off of Amazon, and it was I think their cheapest version. It's a 1 to 3 by 20 illuminated reticle, which I believe all of them are. It's a 1-inch tube, and then it has a little bubble level on top. I guess that's helpful for mounting, but that's about it. You can't really see that when you're shooting, so doesn't do too much good as far as that goes. I'll have the reticle on the screen here. I'm not going to say too much about the reticles because I feel like that all depends on what you're going to use the scope for and personal preference. I didn't mind any of these reticles. I thought they were all pretty good. None of them were super thick. That is one thing that bugs me with reticles, is if they're super thick. None of these reticles were super thick, although the Monstrum Tactical may be the thickest. As far as the turrets go on the Monstrum Tactical scope, they're actually pretty good. Each click is a half MOA at 100 yards. The click it's very audible, not too mushy. There is a little bit of play, but not too bad at all. There is no horizontal line to tell you how many rotations you have gone, but I don't feel like most people use that function of the scope on these 1 to 3s for ARs and such. Now as far as the eye relief goes, I do think the eye relief on the Monstrum Tactical was the worst out of the three, but that being said, it wasn't bad. I would probably put it at a 6 or 7 on a scale out of 10. So not bad. Clarity was pretty good. Probably again the worst of the three, 6 or a 7, but not bad. It would work fine in most applications. I even tested them at low light before the sun had got up, and it seemed to do pretty good. So overall, I'd say this scope is a pretty good scope for $80. We'll take a look at the others now. Here is the Crossfire, the Vortex Crossfire 2. Again, illuminated reticle, and this is a 30mm tube. As you can see there, this is a 1 to 4 by 24 instead of a 1 to 3. I feel like these turrets are the worst out of all of the turrets as far as hearing an audible click and the mushiness. They're pretty mushy, and there is a slight click, but it's not very loud at all. Although it does work. It does track pretty much where it's supposed to. I will have a tracking test in the in-depth review of all of these scopes, so keep an eye out for that in future weeks. You can see it does have a little line to tell you what number you're on the turret. No horizontal hash marks. So the turrets aren't the best, but they work. You can get it sighted in and it will stay. Crossfire 2, the clarity is pretty good. I'd say it's a little better than the Monstrum Tactical. The eye relief is pretty good. You know, these low powerable variable scopes, kind of hard to beat eye relief, and it was pretty good. I'd say it was definitely better than the Monstrum Tactical. Not a whole lot, but you could definitely tell. I do like this reticle. It's not super thick, which is my main gripe about cheaper optic reticles. Overall, I'd say this is a good scope. I think you can get it anywhere from 150 to 200 bucks. kind of hard to go wrong. You know, it's a Vortex. They have a great warranty. It's a pretty good scope for 150 bucks. Now for the Athlon Talus. This is a 30 millimeter tube as well. This is actually in mils, so it's 1/5 mil per click at 100 yards. As you can see, it's a 1:4 by 24, same as the Crossfire. As far as the reticle goes, it's a fine reticle, nice and thin. I actually probably prefer this reticle out of all of them, but that's just because of the type of shooting I do with my firearms. All of them are good reticles. This one's a good reticle as well. One thing that's different about this is that it does not have capped turrets. Now these turrets are pretty good, not much play at all. It has a good solid clicks. You can hear them, you can feel them. Definitely by far has the best turrets in my opinion, and they are not capped. Has the illuminated reticle as all of the other scopes do. 1:4, as I said before. Eye relief was great. I'd say pretty similar to the Crossfire. Yeah, this one I'd say is pretty similar to the Crossfire as far as clarity and eye relief goes. Now, I don't know if you know much about Athlon Company. I don't know much about them either. All I know is that they do have a great warranty, very similar to Vortex. They are a little bit newer. I haven't had much experience with them, but I have had one on my AR15, and I absolutely love that. I love that scope. It's Athlon Medius, similar to this, a little bit more zoom, but it's a absolutely great scope. I love that thing. Anyway, that's it for the Talus. There they are. There are all the 3 scopes for the giveaway. So to kind of do a recap, this is your $80 scope, this is your $150 scope, and this is, you know, about $150 as well. So what would I choose? Well, I guess it would depend kind of what I'm doing for. If I were just wanting a scope to put on a AR15 or whatever, it didn't matter. It was going to stay sighted in. I wasn't going to be using drop or anything. Just kind of a, you know, even maybe just for a 22, just kind of point and shoot type deal. I would probably just go with the cheapest option, which would be the Monstrum Tactical. You know, it's fine. It'll work. It'll hold zero. It sights in fine. Now, if I were going to do more of the type of shooting that I like to do, the turrets a little bit to track elevation. Use the reticle to account for wind and, you know, even elevation, quick elevation adjustments. I would go with the Athlon. The Crossfire is a great scope. I just didn't really like the turrets very well. I thought they were definitely lacking. Even the Monstrum Tactical had much better turrets than the Crossfire, in my opinion. They all function pretty good. The Crossfire and Athlon may track a little bit better. Watch my other videos coming out in the future weeks to see more on that. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope this is helpful. Now for the part you've been waiting for, the giveaway. In order to qualify for the giveaway, you will need to be subscribed and post a comment on this video. In a few weeks, I will go through the comments and select 3 random winners. I'll do a video on that, so stay tuned so you can watch that. You can know if you win. Anyway, guys, thanks for supporting this channel. This is, I guess, a little thanks for all of you that have supported this channel. Hopefully we can continue to grow it so I can do more giveaways in the future and provide more content that is useful and enjoyable to watch. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.